Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Choice Plus. I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. We're going to be covering, are the Panthers going to get Bryce Young more weapons? Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Last year, we saw head coach Dave Canellis really struggle to really get Bryce Young to start in the very first part of the season. After relying on Andy Dalton a little bit, and then after the light bulb seemingly going off, Bryce Young came in and he performed. It wasn't all great, it wasn't all bad, but he had leaps and growths and bounds that we saw him that he didn't have during his first couple sets of games. Now, Xavier Legette is a big part of that, and you're looking at exactly what he was able to do. Also, Jalen Coker was as well. They have a couple of young receivers that are still growing, that are still learning the game of football and still being who they need it to be. As they grow and as they progress, you're going to see growth. You're going to see, especially from Xavier Legette. He's new to the position, but you see the athleticism. You saw what he was doing at South Carolina. He was unpolished. Now you're starting to see him get on that same wavelength as a Bryce Young, and you're starting to see it. I think that they can go with McMillan, the big wide receiver from Arizona, or they can go with the big tight end from Penn State, Tyler Warren. I think that Tyler Warren is going to be a better pick here for them because he gives them that stability in the middle of the field. When you talk about Penn State, Tyler was playing like a wide receiver at Penn State. Whatever they threw up to him, he went up and caught it. It didn't matter if he had one guy on him, two guy on him, three guy on him. He was able to elevate. He was able to run great routes. He was able to block and do whatever they asked him to do at Penn State. That would be my personal pick, going for the tight end and adding to this nucleus of Coker and Legette, and also adding Tyler Warren to that. They're going to need to look at that defensive line and buffer that a little bit more. Anytime you have a young quarterback, adding quality offensive line are always going to be a great thing. But overall, I think the wide receiver position for them is going to be the biggest thing you want to do. You just got to ask yourself, do you trust Bryce Young's current offensive situation to go into next year? That's going to be the biggest thing because they're going to have to score points. They're going to have to outscore people. You saw them in that game against the Philadelphia Eagles just run out of gas. They needed more offense, not defense. So I think the defense does have great playmakers. At this point in time, I like the nucleus. I like the core of what they're building. And I think that if the owner stays out the way and allows the coaches to coach, they're going to start developing better. They're going to start picking up wins against the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to start getting wins against the Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They played a lot of these teams well last year. So I think this odes for them a bigger return on investment. I see that they side Jason Horn to a larger extension. You see them starting to sign guys that make sense and to keep that homegrown talent home. So the guys that they draft, they're rewarding and paying, and they're starting to salary cap wise be better. So all you Carolina Panthers fans, there is some hope. You're not going to have as bad a season as you had the last 2 years, but I think that overall the growth is the ceiling's up high for this team. I don't see a low ceiling potential, and I see people wanting to actually play there with Bryce Young. So all you NFL fans, all you Panthers fans, get in the comment section below. Do you feel like this is an improvement session? Do you feel like they're going to get better, or you feel like they're going to regress backwards? Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. I'll see you in the very next episode.